Hey dreamers, I'm back! Today's video is going to be a slightly different format from my regular videos since, as you can tell, it's a voiceover. The footage that we're watching here is from my birthday trip a couple of weeks ago. The trip was really for Fred, Benny, and I to have a little holiday getaway, but as many of you may know, I am very attached to my cameras as if they are extra limbs or something. So I got lots of videos and photos to share, and I'm excited to share them. So even though I'm not talking to the camera like I usually do in my vlogs and in most of my videos, here are some fun moments from my Christmas birthday Festivus road trip to Orlando and Tampa. Let's go! So one of the first things that I want to note, and which you may have already noticed, is that I'm using a different camera and camera lens than I usually do, well, or I guess than I have in the past in my usual vlogs. So this particular footage you're seeing right now of Benny and the footage you're about to see of Fred struggling to open my birthday cake. This is all taken with the new camera body, which is, new Sony mirrorless camera body. But I actually use vintage and sort of old school and sometimes oddball and unique, like one-of-a-kind camera lenses. So it kind of gives that unique look that you're seeing of, that sort of old school where like parts get blurred at times. That's because I actually have to control, there's no like face detect or eye detect or item detect or anything that fancy new cameras have and camera lenses have. These lenses don't have that. These are vintage lenses from like the 1970s and earlier. So I hope you enjoy that footage. There's going to be more of it in upcoming vlogs because it's really artistic. Like, just look how pretty this footage of my cake is. Oh my gosh. And yes, it's vertical because I forgot to get some in horizontal for this vlog. So you get the social media clip. Sorry. And in contrast, here is my old camera. So this is just my handheld, old little Canon vlogging camera that I have been using since like 2018, since the start of this channel, 2017 I think. Anyways, and here we are back to the vintage camera lens. So this footage is just so pretty. And it's not perfect, I will say. This day was very, very bright and sunny, and I was struggling to actually see, if things were in focus and if things were properly exposed. So Fred is the one holding the vlogging camera right now. So you'll see a lot of footage of me holding the other camera, taking this beautiful footage that you're looking at now. So yeah, like the sky is a little bit too bright in some. I am still adjusting to doing video on these old camera lenses, so don't expect the footage to be 100% perfect right now, but we are learning, we are growing, we're getting there, and I just love it. It's just got this like vintage sort of old school vibe, and I'm really excited to show off new perspectives by using these lenses as I start traveling again and posting more vlogs and more footage for you guys. I'm so excited. So yeah, so anyways, let me get back to the topic at hand instead of just talking about my cameras, which I'm so excited to talk about. So the footage you're seeing here is me wandering around Disney Springs. On the first day of our trip, we got settled in, and I really wanted to touch Disney property, even though this particular trip was meant to be a Busch Gardens trip. I really wanted to go and ride the new roller coasters that I haven't ridden yet since the last time, like years and years ago, that I went to Busch Gardens. So on this day, I just wanted to touch Disney property. So we went to Disney Springs and we walked around. I got to take pictures of Gideon's and see the ridiculous line. You guys just saw it a second ago. I got to see the ganachery. We got to buy some souvenirs, take all sorts of pictures and videos and like social media clips. I was just having the time of my life, just like walking around Disney. And then I was like, oh look, a little boat. Let's get on this ferry boat and let's go get beignets. So we got on the boat and we rode on over to, which resort did we go to? Port Orleans French Quarter. That's where we're heading right now because I wanted beignets. I wanted Mickey-shaped beignets with chocolate sauce, and boy did I get them. So here we are on the little ferry. I think we were on the Jazz Lady, fitting because it's my name and my birthday. Again, see the sky, these shots are a little bit overexposed. They're a little bit too bright, so I'm gonna work on it next time I take video with this camera. It is a work in progress and a learning curve. But like I said, I just had so much fun that day. Like, look at me, I just was like, I'm too cool for everybody with my vintage camera lens. So you are going to see in future vlogs, I will have some clips where I'm trying to do my traditional vlogging style with the vlogging camera, which is what you're looking at right now. Fred is holding the vlogging camera. He's following me around, catching lots of clips. And I'll be also putting in footage of really cool, like, artistic perspectives of the places that I'm traveling to and exploring, which will be lots of theme parks. I'll be hitting up Disney a lot. I'm so excited. I have plans to go to Canada. Yes, that means I will be at Wonderland this year. I'm not going to say when, but it is definitely happening. I have a plane fare credit that I have to use, and I can only use it for Air Canada. So I'm coming to Canada, y'all. You better believe I will be there. So hold me to that this time. I know I've said that like 3 times in the last year and I haven't made it happen. But that's also why I have the plane fare credit now, because I didn't get to go. Anyways, here is Port Orleans. We are looking at, the beautiful Christmas decorations, which are probably gone now because they move fast on that. I'm in love with this hotel. I hope to stay here next time I do a staycation. It's one of my favorite Disney resorts. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy the footage. I don't know, do you want me to talk your ear off during these voiceover videos? Because I totally can. I have a lot to say. You probably know this from previous videos. Girl can talk. But this is Fred, in line to get me beignets, because I was like, I want to get some video while you're doing this. So here's the video that I wandered around getting while he was getting us beignets and coffee. Oh, I did get coffee also. But yes, here's some video of the Scat Cats Club. It was super cute, and it just happened to be nice and quiet when we went there, so. I think it's safe to say that Mickey-shaped beignets, specifically with strawberry sauce, are Fred approved. Although he's still getting used to the idea of being on camera, especially when eating. So, I focus mostly on the table. We made a massive disaster of the table, by the way. As you can see, we ended up taking them to go because I wasn't sure if we were going to get a table or not, but we did. And then with the to-go container and everything, we just made a huge mess. From there, I don't actually know where we were. Where were we going? We just hopped on a bus. We were just exploring Disney, like, all day. It was so much fun. So we hopped on a bus. I think we ended up at the TTC after just, like, taking the bus tour for a while. Disney's free bus tour. I was enjoying my Joffrey's coffee. This was actually my first time trying Joffrey's coffee, and I tried it, and I was like, this is basically McDonald's coffee. It's just coffee, but I enjoyed it. It was really good with the beignets. So there's Fred. We were just playing around. We were playing like musical chairs and stuff. I was like, you stink, and then I left, and I went to find somewhere else to sit. But also, I think the bus was wrapped and I could only see out of one side of the windows, so that was my real reason. There's the monorail! Yes, we made it to, I think it was the TTC. Or no, it was the Magic Kingdom. We made it to Magic Kingdom. And I took a bunch of pictures. I don't think I took video of the castle or anything. I totally failed on that one. I'm sorry, guys. I got so excited to take pictures. But as you can see, I got pictures of the monorail. I got pictures of the castle. I got so many pictures. I was a happy girl with my new ears and everything. But yeah, so we took the bus, we ended up at the Magic Kingdom, and now we're getting on Monorail Gold. I was very excited to get on Monorail Gold. And then it was only as I was sitting down on this car that I realized, because there was nobody else in the station but us. We were the only ones getting on this monorail. This was December 27th, I believe. 27th. And it was only when I sat down in here that I was like, oh, wait a second. We picked a car that's wrapped, so now how am I going to take pictures and videos out the window? I was so mad at myself. But I ended up just not caring. I found a little slice in one of the windows that I could kind of stick my camera through and catch a bit of video. I got some that was good enough for social media, but I don't think I got any that's worth keeping in the vlog because, oh look, I wanted to make a phone call. I was like, a free phone. Don't know what that's for. Probably not for me. This is Fred with the vlogging camera. I don't know what's happening here. Just random monorail footage. I'm leaving it in because this is a real moment right here. him and I with the cameras. Also, I don't know if I should note that this monorail was kind of dirty. I'm used to monorails being pristine. I haven't been to Disney in years though, so I don't know if he got any footage of it, but there was quite a bit of garbage on the floor, like kind of under where our legs would be on our side. So yeah, worth noting, but I was just excited to be on a monorail for the first time in several years. So there you go. Oh, I did leave it in. There's my not so great footage. So you can see here I'm messing around with the settings on the manual lens to try to make it a little bit less bright, because once I was in the monorail car, I can actually see through the viewfinder a little bit better. So here's the construction of the Polynesian, which is where we went next. So we're pulling up now to the Polynesian, and this is where we ended up getting off, because I was like, ooh, the Polynesian, exciting, let's go look at the Polynesian. So that was what we did. Again, like I said several times now, I think we just wandered around Disney all day and had the absolute most fun. So we pulled up to the Poly in its gorgeous new monorail station, which I loved. It was beautiful outside and in. And I think the monorail stops at some point. We definitely went to the Poly. Maybe this clip was afterwards. My footage might be mixed up. I'm sorry, guys. I tried. It's hard coordinating two different cameras. But here's the footage from inside the Poly. We did stop at the Poly at one point. It may have been when we got on a different monorail. We truly did the tour around the whole property. So these clips you can see is just me playing with the vintage lens, getting to know it a little bit as a video lens, not just a photo lens. You can probably tell as well that these old lenses, you can definitely see it there, they do not have image stabilization. So it's just me, my hands, being as steady as possible, and that's why I really think that's a big element of why the footage looks so like vintagey and old school. Like you can edit footage from a brand new camera like crazy, but it's still not going to have the authentic handheld feel that you get from a lens that just does not have image stabilization. So I think that's a big part of why the footage is just so adorable to look at, is it truly feels like the lens is still in the 70s, even though we're in 2023. So, or I guess 2022 when I was recording this. Here I am pointing out that the the flag on the ship is a flag of convenience. So if you guys don't know what that is, leave a comment below and I can talk about it in a future video. I've done a lot of videos about cruise culture and cruising in Cayman. Feel free to look back in my video catalog for my Cayman cruise content. And I may have talked about flags of convenience in some of those videos. But again, if it's something you want to hear a little bit about, let me know. I do know all about it. And I was just joking about it in that other clip we were looking at. So here I am just getting some more cute little clips and footage. And once again, you see I point the lens up and then I'm like, ooh, it's bright up there from the skylights, and I adjust. So in future, I will edit these clips more, but I really just wanted to get this footage out for you guys and explain to you what's going on, why my like sort of approach to vlogging is changing just a little bit. It's just going to get a little bit more artistic, a little bit less, I guess the typical structure that we're all used to seeing in most vlogs, which is just, you know, a one camera, typical vlogging camera type of setup. Don't get me wrong, there are some really awesome vloggers out there that are doing really cool things, very artistic things, and, you know, I'm not trying to take any of that away from anybody else. But in my photography business, I've just found a cool little space for myself with these vintage lenses and my sort of unique perspective that I find that I have when I'm using them. And I want to bring that into my vlogs and into my travel videos. So that's what I'm introducing you to here. So with all of that said, I think I am going to stop rambling and wrap the video up here so you can just enjoy the rest of this footage where we ended things off back where we started at Disney Springs. And I will share the rest of the vlog footage from this trip, which will be a Busch Gardens video, in a separate video. So I'll keep Disney Springs to its own video, slash Disney exploring the whole resort. And you guys will see another video soon with some fun and new footage from Busch Gardens. And just know that this is the start of an exciting new chapter to this channel. I am so excited to bring many more videos to come very, very soon. So I'll see you in the next one.